What's up? Welcome to the truth behind the beef with Drake and Nicki. Now, this is the PG version. As you know, there'll be another version on the Patreon, and that will be more rated R, more revealing. These are two people that should have never, ever had a falling out. And what it is truly is a misunderstanding or a miscommunication of I would say emotions. I've had this with another person. And if you come out being a certain way around somebody, they think that's your personality all the time and that's just you. You see what I'm saying? So you won't get respected the way you probably feel you should be respected. And because of it, it creates a ton of problems. For instance, Wayne and Drake had made a bet on which one was going to get Nicki first, even though she had a boyfriend. She was with Safari at the time. And they had made a bet on which one could go ahead and get Nicki. And she just wasn't interested. She was more focused on her career and the fact that she's blowing up now. Like this is it. This is her moment, and she won't be denied of it. So that's what mattered to her in her career. Nothing else mattered. It wasn't on her radar. So for Nicki, this meant everything. She had just came over. She still had Debbie managing her. So she was still doing stuff with Gucci when she first came over and everything. So they was like, oh, she might be messing around with Gucci too, so we better chill. They really didn't know. And Drake was yet to put out his album, so he was still a new artist in the game. And when Drake is like still hot because, Best I Ever Had is out, he's in a whole different boat as far as his career. He's already kind of established. So it's up to everybody else to, try to take them out. So when they first get, to meet each other and the situation, Drake is very docile. He's very like low tone, low key, and he's not aggressive. So when you see somebody like that and they're not aggressive, then they just very passive about what they want to do. It's kind of hard to tell them, hey, you need to step it up to this. It's like they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna care about what you think about it either. But they're not. They're not gonna take that road. They're gonna keep on the mission that they already got. So Drake's energy was very low key and docile. They ran into a situation where their friendship would be tested when Drake was considerably trying to get with Nicki, and it's the time he thought he had a chance because she was mad at Safari, and she was only using Drake to make Safari jealous. But Safari knew that she wasn't interested in him, so that wasn't gonna, matter at that point in time. Now, Everything is perfect. They making moves, and every time she's more of a dominant alpha controlling person, and Drake played himself as the docile human being. Now, when Drake album came out and did what it did, and the first album, and Nicki came out, and her album just took way off and had way more of a buzz than Drake's album. Drake was a little upset that they released her album like right after his and didn't kind of give him the space. So that created some, discord, but it wasn't nothing towards Nicki. It was more towards the way Young Money handled it. But Drake is a new artist. He's not trying to cause any waves. He knows I'm hot in the game right now. I got Sprite. I got all these people looking at me and checking me out. So I should be pretty good. Now, for everybody else, it's a little bit different. For everyone else, they ain't not having the success that Nicki and Drake is having. So people are a little bit envious. Now, you had other people in there wanting to get up with them, but they just wasn't gonna happen. So that's just that. That wasn't gonna happen. They can dream and wish all they want upon a star. It's just never gonna happen for them. But all of these problems didn't start really until they had the instance where she broke up with Safari, and everybody kind of knew that, like, thought they shot with Nicki, and then she winded up with Meek, and it was like, okay, she's with Meek, cool. So he was cool with Meek. It was no problems. Then all of a sudden, things went left, and he decided to come after Drake. And Drake felt a certain way, even though he didn't want to involve her in it, and saying, I'm just gonna keep this about me and dude because, he trying to ruin me, and end my career, but at the same time, you're not out here talking down on it or defending me. She's like, I'm just gonna stay out of it. And he's like, man, I did a song for you, like on your album, that I didn't even have to do. Like I could have just charged you the rate. Like, I'm tired of doing features. Like, I don't even need the feature money, which he really didn't. But, the fact that Nicki is with him, it put her in a bad spot. And he was thinking about her the whole time. Like, I don't want to ruin it for her and make it like our thing about her. So he kind of kept her out of the records too much, except for, he kept saying it's your girl tour, your world tour, and all that. So everything was good. Then her and Meek finally break up. Now she's all in the middle of it. She wants to go by Drake, be around Drake, take pictures and selfies to troll Meek with, and she's back using Drake again. Hanging around Drake. Now she wants to be on IG with him. And he's allowing all this because he already gave her the personality, or, he gave her the notion that that's who he is. He's just passive, but this isn't the same person. It's been years now. He's not the same person you used to know. This is a whole different individual. You don't know this guy no more. You know what I'm saying? He's new. It's not the same Drake. You think you know him, but you don't. This Drake is, got platinum hits now. He's got records. He's a much bigger artist. He don't need most of the BS that people are giving him. He don't have to deal with it. So for him, this doesn't mean anything. This is just another walk in the park. So while this is happening, she ends up getting dissed. Sheether comes out. Once Sheether comes out, Nicki goes in all panic mode. She feels like all the pressure from that. Like everybody's coming down on her because of the song. She's calling everybody, begging them to take stuff down. Do this, do that. She need this done. She need that done. Take it down, take it down, take it down. She is in a full all-scale panic over what's going on. Freaking out over Sheetha with Remy. So Drake is overseas he's on tour. He's doing his shows. She wants to film a video dissing Remy. And he's like, man, I'm not getting in the middle of that. And Wayne is like, I don't want to be in that either. I don't want to be jumping on no female. So she's like, no, I'm the one that's going to do it, and Drake was like, really didn't want to do the song. He didn't mind working and doing a song with her, but he's not wanting to be on a diss record dissing a woman. It's just like not what he wanted to do. So he did the video and he was so reluctant to do it. And you can tell from his demeanor, he didn't want to be in the video. Not at all. But he did it because Wayne was in there with him and him and Wayne just showed up to support Nicki. So she came out and, did a performance for Drake for participating and, being down. He brought her out on stage so that she performed her song, and Drake was on it, so they did it overseas. So everything was cool, right? Everything was cool. They back friends and everything else. And, Drake is just not, and she always flirt with Drake. Like, he's done. Drake has been, like, famous now for about 6-7 years. This stuff don't work no more. It don't work. All that flirty stuff, he ain't buying it no more. He ain't feeling you like that now. You know what I'm saying? He done been around the world. He done had badder chicks. So, it's not even something he thinking about. So it's not having the same effect no more. But now they just cool, and sure enough, man, Cardi comes out. She starts a beef with Cardi, starts attacking Cardi, going after Cardi B. And it's like, oh man, like Drake was watching the Cardi movement. He's cool with the Migos. They got Walk It Like I Talk It and everybody else. And the Migos and Offset is dating Cardi. You know what I'm saying? It's like what is she doing? Like it didn't even make sense. And Nicki, she didn't diss Nicki on her album. She told Drake, like, I'm not even dissing this girl on my album. Like, I'm not even talking about her. I sold all those records and none of it had anything to do with her. He was like, I know, like, this is crazy. Like, I don't even know, like, why she taking the angle she taking. Like, it just don't make sense. So she been dissing me and all this stuff. And Drake is just like, man, like, let it go. Like, it don't even need to be. Just focus on you and your album. So she was supposed to get on the Scorpion album, and once again, Pusha T comes out and disses Drake. She's nowhere to be found. Then she comes out and diss Travis. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you come out and diss Travis, right? And talked about, oh, Travis album ain't sell all this and this, and man, Drake just had enough of it. He just had enough. He was just like, man, I'm no, Travis is my guy. She's just tripping. No. So he was supporting Travis. Everybody go out and buy Travis out. Like buy Travis. Buy his out. He's sick of it. She's destroying relationship. You talking about don't go, support her album is #1. So she felt some way about that. How you gonna be doing that? And he's like, look, you doing too much. You're doing too much. Then he brought out Cardi B on that tour that he was doing for Scorpion, on the Scorpion tour, and brought Cardi B out in New York. Meanwhile, Nicki was over there with Wayne doing his fest for her album, and he's not on Nicki's album and everything. So everybody knew that there was a problem right then and there. Then when he patched up with Meek and did Going Bad with Meek, it was done. It was solidified that they are done. They're in a bad place. And it got to the point where she got comfortable treating him as the secondary person, the little kid that was impressed by her when he first met her, like about 10 years ago. Like, oh wow, like she's beautiful, and and she just used him whenever she wants to get something out of him. But it's never on his terms; it's always on her terms. He showed up for videos that she wanted to do, all these ideas and stuff. Like whenever she wanted to use Drake for something, she could, and that power was gone, and she didn't no longer can control him. She didn't sense the shift, like hey, I'm a man now. Like that's not happening anymore. So don't forget to hit the like button, man. There's a different version of this on the Patreon. It goes a little bit deeper, and it's about the same, but it's a little different. So if you're on the Patreon, you can check that one out. I'm getting out of here. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and just got here. Hit the notification bell. If you want to donate to the page, Carcino's the name. I'm out. Be easy.